Mark was the school bully, a tall, lanky boy with a sneer permanently etched on his face. He reveled in the misery of others, targeting smaller, quieter kids like Alex. Alex, a bookish boy with a mop of unruly brown hair, was a frequent target. Mark would trip him in the hallways, snatch his lunch money, and taunt him with cruel nicknames. One day, Alex finally snapped. He stood up to Mark, his voice trembling but firm. "Leave me alone," he said. Mark, surprised by Alex's unexpected defiance, laughed and pushed him to the ground. But this time, something was different. A hush fell over the onlookers, a collective unease replacing the usual amusement. A teacher, witnessing the incident, immediately intervened. Mark was suspended, his usual swagger replaced with shame and anger. The suspension wasn't the end of it. Word spread quickly about Mark's bullying and Alex's courageous stand. Other students, emboldened by Alex's actions, started to resist Mark's taunts. His usual accomplices, seeing the shift in public opinion, distanced themselves. Mark found himself isolated, the center of a cold, silent disapproval. He tried to bully others again, but his attempts were met with collective silence, a wall of indifference. The power he once held, the fear he inspired, evaporated. He was alone, and the loneliness was far more painful than any physical punishment. The school's annual science fair arrived, a competition Mark had always scoffed at. This year, Alex's project, a complex robotic arm he built painstakingly, won first prize. The judges praised its ingenuity and precision. As Alex accepted his award, a quiet satisfaction spread through the auditorium. It was a victory not only for Alex, but for everyone who had suffered under Mark's reign of terror. Mark watched from a distance, his usual sneer replaced with a look of quiet defeat. He reaped bitter karma's fruit. He had lost not just his power, but something far more valuable: the respect and acceptance of his peers. The silence that had surrounded him was not just indifference, it was a collective judgment, a silent condemnation of his actions. He understood then, with a clarity that cut through his anger and resentment, that true power doesn't come from intimidation, but from respect and kindness. The change in his demeanor was subtle, almost imperceptible, but undeniable. The boy who once reveled in cruelty was now starting down a long road of quiet contemplation, the weight of his past actions a constant reminder of the consequences of his choices.